All right, folks, welcome to another episode of Hike San Diego County. It is Chris. I am here at the end of Granite Mountain Road, and that big mass over there is part of Granite Mountain right up there. I'm going to head that way through what is called Cool Canyon right over here, and I'm eventually going to work my way up to the top of Granite Mountain, 5,633 feet. And I will show you all the cool canyon highlights along the way. With you see Whale Mountain or Whale Peak on Pinion Mountain off in the distance there. It was a toss-up between that mountain and this one, so I went with the less difficult drive, but going with the more difficult hike. But it's still going to be beautiful, and I'll show you all the highlights along the way on this episode of Hike San Diego County. All right, see you on the next segment. Later. All right, folks, it is Chris, Hike San Diego County, back with you again along the trail through Cool Canyon. You start to see how it gets its name. This cool looking junipers growing right up out of the rock, up out of this foliated metamorphic rock. It just looks so beautiful with all these bands of colors. And of course more junipers growing up out of the rocks and the cholla. Wow, desert agave. It's just such nice desert scenery over here on our way up to Granite Mountain. All right, that's it for now. I'll see you on the next segment. Later. All right, folks. Chris, Hike San Diego County again. Hey, here in Cool Canyon. And I just wanted to show you more of this spectacularly beautiful desert scenery. It's just amazing. All these unique plants and the way the rock is here, the igneous and metamorphic rock, and right next to each other, big granite boulder, lots of huge crystals, and quartz and feldspar, and then this beautiful foliated metamorphic rock with those cactus, barrel cactus coming up out of there, the cholla. Look at this brittle bush. Look at that nice color on there. All right, I just wanted to share with you more of this beautiful scenery here in Cool Canyon along the way up to Granite Mountain. All right, later. All right, folks, it is Chris, Hike San Diego County, out here on the side of Granite Mountain, trying to work my way up. The canyon and ravine phase of the hike is over, and now it's on to these steep ridges. I'm going to try to work my way up to that saddle there, and then it goes along the ridge all the way, and the summit is in that direction. I think that's the first, right up there, right there, I think it's the first pinyon pine, Pinus monophylla, the single leaf pinyon. But that's it for now. I've got to get going if I'm to make it. And it's a long, hard slog ahead. All right, that's it for this segment. See you on the next one. Later. All right, folks. It is Chris, Hike San Diego County. Sun's probably right in on me there. I am here literally on the side of Granite Mountain. It's been hard getting up here. So this is some of the steepest terrain that I've ever hiked in my life. That's where I came from down there. Actually, way, way, way over there is where the trailhead is. There's a pretty nice view of the town of Shelter Valley below. And I am headed to that point. That is the peak right there. And I've got to get moving because there's still a long way to go. And I want to get back down before the sun goes down. All right, I'll see you on the next segment. Later. All right, folks. Chris, Hike San Diego County, still with you here on Granite Mountain. Working my way up. It's a long, hard slog. This is the hardest hike I've ever done. This, to me, is harder than El Cajon Mountain. Just because of the technical aspect of it. There's after the canyon and ravine section, there's no real trail to speak of. It's just all open country, bushwhacking, bouldering, scrambling. Luckily, you can see the stacks of rocks, the cairns along the way that those fine souls have gladly stacked, and to make it easier to find the way. But this has been so difficult, but I'm almost there. That's the final ascent to the peak, and I'll show you what it looks like from up there. You can look and see Cuyamaca Peak off in the distance. And the other way, that snow-capped San Jacinto, wow, I'll tell you all about it when I get to the top. All right, later. All right, folks. Hey, it's Chris, Hike San Diego County again. I haven't really been able to have a good close-up of a single leaf pinyon pine, the Pinus monophylla. It's called that because the leaves or the needles grow right out of the branch by themselves, just one. Most pines, they either grow in bundles or fascicles in groups of 2, 3, or 5 usually. Sometimes there'll be an odd 4 or an odd 2 from one that it's supposed to be a 3 or a 5. But for mostly around here, you're going to find the pines grow like that in bundles of 2, 3, or 5. In this case, it's just one. That's why it's called single leaf pinyon. But I'm still working my way up to the summit. It's up that way. And I'll show you the beautiful views when we get there. Maybe with that view of that nice single leaf pinyon pine. All right, later. All right, folks, this is it. Reached the summit, Granite Mountain. You got the geodetic survey marker there. That's the first one. That's from the 1880s. This other one over here is from 1939. Wow. Here I am. 5,633 feet. Wow, the views from up here are amazing. Right across over there, that's Vulcan Mountain. I can see the high point of Palomar right over there on the other side of Vulcan Mountain. And there's, right up here close to us, that's Hot Springs Mountain, San Diego's highest point. And behind that, you can see Mount San Jacinto, where I was recently. And then, yeah, that's that snow-capped one. And then over here, there's Toro Peak, and that's Rabbit Peak. And there's the Salton Sea down there. And these are the Pinyon Mountains right here. The high point, Whale Peak. Well, that's North Pinyon, and that's Pinyon, with Whale Peak being the high point. Off this way, it's Sawtooth Mountain Wilderness. And then the Laguna Mountains. You can see Quillapaipe, the high point over there. Then Monument Peak. And all the rest of the Laguna Mountains. A lot of peaks that are just numbered, not named. There's Cuyamaca Peak, then Middle Peak, and then North Peak right there. All right, that's about it. I've got to start heading back because this was very hard to do, to get up. So I'm sure it's not going to be very easy getting down either. But it's absolutely gorgeous up here. I wish I could stay longer, get a better rest, and enjoy the summit. But the short days of winter, I've got to get back down. All right. Once again, thanks for watching. This is Chris saying thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. All right. That's it. Later.